Welcome to all. This session we are going to cover one illustration of stores ledger account, simple average rate method, weighted average rate method. Let us see this illustration is part of materials chapter, cost accounting. The following transactions took place in respect of materials item. Date 2019 March month details are given. Receipts, quantity, that is in units, rate per unit is given, issue of quantity also given. On March 2nd, 200 units received at the rate of 2 rupees. On March 10th, 300 units received at the rate of 2 rupee 40 paisa. Then on March 15th, no receipts, only issue of material at 250 units. Then similarly we have on March 18th again receipts 250 units at the rate of 2 rupee 60 paisa per unit. And finally last transaction, March 20th, no receipts on this day, only issue is there, issue at the rate of 200 units. Now prepare stores ledger by following two methods: simple average rate method, weighted average rate method. Let us start with recording the transactions in stores ledger account by following method 1, simple average method. In simple average method, let us start with the first transaction, that is on March 2. March 2, quantity, how many? 200 units received. This units is measurement is not given, whether it is quantity, kg or something like that, only units are mentioned. So 200 units at the rate of 2 rupees per unit. So very simple thing is 400 rupees, no paisa. Now as far as issues on that day, there is no issue of material, but all the receipts of this day will become the balance figure. Balance 200 units, rate 2 rupees, amount 400 rupees. Now let us go to second date, that is on March 10th. We have received 300 units of material at the rate of 2 rupee 40 paisa. 2 rupee 40 paisa into 300. 720 rupees. 720. So on this day also no issue of material. On the day 2 of March also receipts. On the day 10 of March also receipts. So both are recorded in receipts. There is no issue on these two dates. Now let us take the balance. Now here you will find some change when compared to the previous methods like FIFO and LIFO. What you have to do? Here balance of 400 is there. Now you take straight away this 400 and plus 720 amount which is in receipts on this day of March 10th. Both you have to add. 720 plus 400 adding 1120 and paisa 0. Then similarly quantity also you have to add. Balance of quantity earlier it was 200. Now on this day of March 10th, quantity received is 300. 300 plus balance 200 earlier. Total quantity is now available in the stock is 500 units and no need to show any rate per unit. Rate per unit we are going to calculate then only when we issue the materials to the production department. So right now there is no need to mention the rate per unit. Only you take the amount and quantity. Amount you have to add balance plus current receipts. Similarly, quantity also you have to add balance quantity plus quantity of the receipts today. Now, which is 500 quantity in the balance and 1120 rupees in the balance amount on the day of March 10th, 2019. Now, let us see the next transaction, that is 15th. On 15th, there is no receipt, but there is an issue. So, how many units issued? So 250 units issued. When 250 units are issued, which method we are following? Simple average method. If it is FIFO, directly straight away we take 2 rupees for 200 units. For the rest of the 50 units, the 2 rupee 40 paisa will take. But this is not a FIFO or LIFO method. It is simple average method. When you go for the simple average method, how to calculate the rate per unit? Now I am showing in the working note number 1, average price, that is simple average price on which date it is? March 15th of 2019. You have to add two prices which we have earlier in the record. For 200 units 2 rupees is the unit rate. For 300 units it is 2 rupee 40 paisa is the unit rate. Take these two and take the average of them. 2 rupees plus 2 rupee 40 paisa. Two prices means by 2. If 3 prices added, by 3. So 2 rupee plus 2 rupee 40 paisa, 4 rupee 40 paisa. 4 rupee 40 paisa divided by 2. So it is 2 rupee 20 paisa. This 2 rupee 20 paisa you have to take while calculating the issue of materials. So 2 rupee 20 paisa per unit is taken here. Okay, I am repeating again. On March 15th we are issuing materials. On that day you have to take the average price. Average price based on the previous prices available in the receipt column. 2 rupees available, 2 rupee 40 paisa available in two transactions on two different rates, two different receipts dates. So 4 rupee 40 paisa divided by 2. 2 prices added, because of that we are taking by 2. So average price is 2 rupee 20 paisa. So 250 units of material into 2 rupee 20 paisa per unit is equal to 550. 550 is the amount which is issued. Now interestingly, how to find out the balance amount? Means you have to deduct balance amount of 1120 minus issue amount of 550. So in our case 1120 minus 550 is equal to, you will get 570. So 570. Now stock also 500 out of 500 units 250 issued, means how many left? 250. So here no need to mention the price, only again 1120 total amount minus 550 rupees issued amount. So remaining is 570. Similarly 500 rupees quantity, 500 units quantity minus issued quantity is 250. So you have 250, means you have to understand that this is 200 is already issued. Okay. Now let us go for March 18th. On March 18th again there is a receipt, 250 units received, and unit price is 260. 260 into 250. 250 units into 2 rupees 60 paisa per unit. 650. So issue dash dash dash. Now again balance. What is the balance? Again the same procedure we have to follow. 570 earlier balance plus 650 amount on this day of March 18. By adding these two, you have to show the in the balancing value. 570 plus 650 is equal to 1220. 1220. Now similarly balance quantity also 250 balance plus 250. 250 plus 250, it is 500. So 500 quantity. Earlier balance was 250. Now we are purchasing, that is receipt 250 units. Total is 500 units. Now go to the next one called 20th. On 20th also there is no receipt, but there is a issue of 200 units. Now again question comes, what is the average price? Average price whenever there is a issue, average price is equal to, assumption is out of 250 units 200 units issued, means leftover is what? This is over. Now stock related to 300 units and 350 units only left. So we have to add only these two prices. So on March 20, 2019, what is the average price? So average price is 2 rupee 40 plus 2 rupee 60 paisa. Again only two prices are added. 240 plus 260 means 4 rupees plus 5 rupees. 5 rupees by 2 means 5 rupees by 2 is equal to 2 rupee 50 paisa. This 2 rupee 40 paisa is the price of the materials received on 10th March. This 2 rupee 60 paisa is the price of materials which is received on 18th March. 2 rupee 40 plus 2 rupee 60. Adding these to 5 rupees. 5 rupees by 2 is equal to 2 rupee 50 paisa. Now the 2 rupee 50 paisa you take here. Now 200 units, 2 rupee 50 paisa per unit is equal to 500. Now how to find out the balance? Similar procedure. 1220 minus 500. 1220 minus 500 means 720. 720. Now similarly 500 quantity out of which 200 issued. So how much quantity now? 300. So no need to mention the rate per unit. Now this way you have to find out the balancing quantity like 300 units, balancing amount like 720. So this is the way to compute the price at the time of issuing the material to the production department from the stores by following simple average method. So in simple average method, price calculation is only important. Two important points you have to remember. No need to mention the price in the balance per unit column. Second one is you have to take average price at the time of issue of materials. Like in our case on March 15 there is a issue of materials to the production department where we have taken the average price. No amount is not considered, quantity is not considered. Average price is taken from the price only. 2 rupee 40 paisa by 2 rupee 20 paisa we have taken here. Now 2 rupee 40 paisa and 2 rupee 60 paisa by 2, average is 2 rupee 50 paisa we have taken here. So this is the average price, this is the average price which we have taken while calculating the issue of materials in different dates by following simple average method. So keep these points in mind and follow the same method whenever you are doing a illustration or exercise by following simple average method in the materials chapter cost accounting. Now apart from this, in the question Second method is also asked, weighted average price method. That also we see by following the other method. Now let us see second method. Second method is weighted average price method. Means weight is given to quantity, and while calculating the price, both quantity and amount both are taken, and weighted average price is computed at the time of issue of materials. Even in the case of balancing columns, we also mention the rate. That is another difference between the simple average method and weighted average method when you calculate the, or when you show the store's ledger account. Now let us start with the same information, but we show in the form of weighted average method. Now on March 2nd, 200 units at the rate of 2 rupees, so amounting to 400. On this date there is no issue, so quantity as it is 200, per unit 2 rupees, amount now 400, no change, because only one transaction is there on that date. Now similarly go to the next date, March 10th. Again quantity received is 300, rate is given as 2 rupee 40 paisa, so amounting to 720. So there is no issue of material on this day also. Now very important difference you have to observe in the case of mentioning the balance quantity, rate and amount is, what you have to do first, 200 rupees balance quantity is there. For this you have to add the quantity of 300. So 200 plus 300 is equal to, what is the quantity now? 500. Now similarly amount of balance 400 rupees is there. Now on this day of March 10th, 720 rupees is the received amount, receipts amount. So 720 plus 400 rupees, 1120 rupees. Now here interestingly, you can show the working note to find out the weighted average price. In weighted average price, amount is considered and quantity is considered. Unlike in the simple average method, only rate was considered to find out the simple average rate. But in the weighted average, weights are given to both quantity and amount. Okay. Now price is equal to, or weighted average price on which date? March 10th. March 10th is equal to 1120 is the amount of balance and quantity of 500, means this amount divided by this quantity. So 2 rupee 24 paisa is the rate per unit on this day in the balancing figure. Observe carefully here, 1120 is the amount after adding 400 and 720. Similarly 500 is the quantity after adding 200 balance plus 300 receipts on this day. Now these two are considered to find out the rate per unit in the weighted average method. Now see here, on March 10th we are finding out 1120 divided by 500 is equal to 2 rupee 24 paisa. This 2 rupee 24 paisa we have to consider at the time of issue of materials on the next day if there is any issue. Now on March 15th, no receipts, but there is a issue of material. Issue of material 250 units. Now very interesting point is, no need to bother about from which quantity this 250 is taken, whether it is from 200 units or 500 units, no. So units is not important, or the quantity, this quantity belongs to which which day receipts or which balance is not important. Only important is how much quantity is issued, at what rate it is issued. Now rate is also ready-made available here. What is the rate? 2 rupee 40 paisa. So 2 rupee 40 paisa, 250 into 2 rupee 40 paisa is equal to 500 plus 560, 560 rupees. 2 rupee 40 paisa. Sorry, not 2 rupee 40. It is not 2 rupee, it is 2 rupee 24. I have mentioned wrong one here. 2 rupee 24. 2 rupee 24. Here this value we have to show here, this rate, but I have shown 2 rupee 40. That is the reason we are getting some confusion here. Now this is also 2 rupee 24. 2 rupee 24. So when 250 into 224, this price, that is average price, weighted average price taken. Now this amounting to 560 rupees amount. 250 issue at what rate? 2 rupee 24 paisa. This one we have taken from this calculation. Okay. Now 2 rupee 24 paisa into 250 rupees is equal to 560. Now observe carefully, out of 500 how many issued? 250 issued. Means leftover is how much? 250. Now out of 1120 how much amount of part of issue? 560. Means remaining also 50, because out of 500 250 is over, means 50% is over. Similarly amount 1000, out of 1120 560 over, means remaining 560 is left. Now price is same, no change because of no addition in the receipts. So the average price is also 2 rupee 24 paisa. Now come to March 18th. On March 18th, there is a transaction of 250 units received, and we are recording in the receipts. At what price it is received? 2 rupee 60 paisa. It is received at 2 rupee 60 paisa, amounting to 650 rupees. So there is no issue of material on that day. Now again, as it is weighted average method, add these two amounts, 560 plus 650. So 1110, 1210 rupees. Similarly 250 plus 250, how much it is? 500. So where you can find out weighted average price, either to mention in the balance or to take in the next issue also on March 18th. So 1210 is the amount divided by 500. 1210 taken from the balance amount. 500 quantity is also taken from the balance amount to give the weightage to the values and the quantity. Now 2 rupee 42 is the price, so which you can mention here, 2 rupee 42. Now this price we can use if there is any issue of materials tomorrow, that is next day. Now as per the problem, on the last transaction of this month, there is a issue of material, so receipts are nil. Issue of material is, it is 200 units. 200 units are issued. Now price is available, weighted average price is 2 rupee 42 paisa. 200 into 2 rupee 42 paisa. What is the amount? 484. 484 and no paisa. So this 2 rupee 42 paisa is average price which is already calculated and available here. Okay, now the same price we are taking here. Now 200 into 2 rupee 42 paisa is 484 rupees. Now find out the balance. 500 minus 200. What is the balance now? 300. 1210 minus 484 means balance amount minus issue amount rupees. This minus this is equal to 1210 minus 484. It is 726 rupees. Now if you divide 726 by 300, you will get the same 2 rupee 42 paisa, because no addition of price and nothing happened. So there is no change in the balancing unit rate also, weighted average unit rate also. Now this is the end of computation. Now you can observe here how much quantity left. 300, similar to that of simple average method. Balance leftover is same, quantity is the same, but unit rate it is 242. There it is different. Then amount 726 in this case. There it was 720. So there is a change in the unit rate and the balance when compared to the weighted average method if you prepare stores ledger account in the materials chapter of cost accounting. So these are the two methods you have, and you have to find out the difference between computation of unit rate at the time of issue, or even to show in the balancing rate per unit column. And in both cases, simple average method and weighted average method, working notes are given so as to find out what is the unit rate at the time of issue of material, of course even to show in the balance unit rate column also. So dear students, go through this carefully and try on your own the same problem after giving a gap of 1 or 2 days listening to this particular class. Just for your reference, I am showing you again the question. Transactions are given in respect of materials item. This is the data related to March 2019, where receipts quantity form is given and quantity is not mentioned, whether it is kgs, tons, liters, etc., whatever the measurement. Rate is given per unit and issue quantity also given on different dates. On March 2, March 10th, receipts are there with two different unit rates, 2 rupee and 2 rupee 40 paisa. On March 15th, only issue of material is there, 250 units. Again on March 18th, 250 units of receipts with a 2 rupee 60 paisa per unit, and there is no issue on that day. And finally on March 20th, we have no receipts but only issue is there, 200 units. Based on this 5 days transactions of March 2019, you are asked to prepare stores ledger by following two methods which we have discussed so far: simple average rate method and weighted average rate method. So there is a difference while computing the rate per unit at the time of issue of materials, and even to show in the balance category in the column of unit rate. So very important thing is unit rate computation at the time of issue. So in these two methods the rate computation is different. In simple average method we follow only, we calculate only rate by considering the unit rate available in the receipts column. While calculating the average rate under weighted average rate method, we give weight both to amount as well as the quantity. So that way we have computed both methods, simple average rate method and weighted average rate method. Thank you.